This is the blue mode system. It cost about unknown, and the author is also unknown. It's a very powerful strategy. Let's get straight into this week's video. Welcome to another week with Montevino Valentine. I'm the co-founder of the Pride FX movement. Now, if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you can be notified of future content we have on this channel. And then last but not least, if you do find this video very interesting, please hit the like button so that the algorithm of YouTube can send this video to other users that would also need it. Okay, I'm the co-founder of Pride FX, and here at Pride FX we do get systems and we give it out for free to users that would like to use the system. This system has been requested by a lot of our community members, and if you want to be part of the community, just go down in the description. Our Telegram link is there, and you can communicate with a lot of our people that are part of the Pride FX community. Okay, so this week we are actually reviewing the blue mode system, and the system basically means, blue mode means that you are always making money with the system. Okay, you're going to do a deep review and also tell you how to use the system to its best effect. Okay, so let's get straight into what we want to talk about. Okay, so you're going to get a template, and the first thing I need to speak about is the template, and I want to do a review on the template so that most of you who will be making systems in future will know why a template is there. So a template is basically what you have put on your chart, and what a template does is to give you a much easier way of adding the indicators, or if it's a robot, onto your chart so that you don't have to continuously drag indicators onto different pairs or currency pairs or indices or your synthetic indices. A template just makes it much more easier for you to access what you have on your previous chart or the system you have been building. Okay, that's what a template is for. And so if we're looking at this template, it's called the Super Trend Profit template, and when we click on it, you will notice that it only has the current trend and the current trading signal. So the problem here is that what I have found out is basically that we're not getting the full experience of what blue mode is, right? So we still need to drag over a few other indicators to complete the template. Okay, now remember what I said, a template is to make it easier for you to access what you were trying to build. So as the author or the author who has designed the system, I would say to the author to increase the access, or if you want to do it, you can do it yourself now that you have the system. But if the author could have done that, it would have made it easier. Also remember, the author is unknown to us. That's why I'm just referring to him as the author, or if it's a female, we are referring to her as the author. Okay, so basically here we have the current trend, and it will tell you what the trend is doing, and we can see that it says down. So what that means is that the current trend of the market is going in a downtrend. So that's all you need to know about what is going on in the trend. Then the current trading signal, it says that the market is selling. So you can see that from looking at your chart. You can basically see what is going on. Also, please note, when you do put the template on your chart, it's going to bring up the Chinese candlesticks. So we don't need that one. We want to focus on the one that we normally use, and the universal one, which is the bar candlesticks. Okay, so now that we have fixed that problem, there are a few indicators you're going to get into your folder, and please make sure that you are not adding them all. Why do I say that? Because in conclusion, once we have added them all, I realized that there's a lot of confusion when you're looking at the market. So just to give you a quick example of what your chart would look like, let's just add them all onto your chart. And so we're allowing everything to go onto our chart. I just want to show you what your experience would look like. Okay, so if we add this as well, and we add lucky reversal. Just to make a quick example of what I'm trying to say, we can already start seeing what our chart looks like. It looks like a whole mess. So for me, the problem is that there is too much things happening and we don't know really what to focus on and where to start looking for signals or analysis if we want to look at analysis, and it would really make the problem a lot worse when we're trying to use the system to its best use. Okay, so what I have done is I noticed that we don't need all these indicators. Okay, so I'm going to delete them because I don't really need them all, and I'll tell you why we don't need them all. Okay, so let's just delete them and let's restart from the beginning. Okay, so the first thing we need to do, obviously our template needs to be there. And why do we need the template that much? The template will tell us exactly, it will tell us what is the trend of the market. We don't want to be focusing on too many things at one time, because that becomes a problem when you are trying to trade or you are trying to find signals on the market. Also, the strategy is basically for long-term traders. It's not for short-term traders like your scalpers, because we can see already that I'm falling onto the 4-hour chart. So one thing to also note about the system is that it's not a universal system on every single time frame. It does its analysis on higher time frames so that it can find proper places of entries, proper places of stop loss, and so forth. Okay, so what we only need is the heart of the strategy, and that's called the item levels. Okay, so what you're going to do is go to common, as most of you know, and we allow DRL imports and we allow modification of signal settings. I have explained this in previous videos. If you want to know what that means, just go into our previous videos and you will see exactly what I'm trying to speak about when I'm saying we're allowing this use on our computer or on our chart so that it can do what it needs to do. Okay, then colors, I also want to explain this to you. The colors, the reason why the colors are black is so that it doesn't also confuse you on what the system is trying to find, like your daily lows, your daily highs, your entry levels, your stop loss levels, and your take profit, your 3 take profit levels. Okay, so the user or the author has thought about this, and it's not to confuse you. Or if you want to see what it looks like, you are allowed to change the colors by basically clicking here and changing the colors. Okay, so for me, I don't want to see it because it confuses the mind and you're going to look at a lot of things that you don't actually want to be looking at. So basically just use it as is, and then we click OK, and this is what will pop up. Okay, so like I said, if we look at the 15-minute time frame, we're not going to know where is the take profit levels. But one thing I can say as a positive note on this is that if we look on the left hand side, it tells you where's the previous day's high, the previous day's low, what is the trend, and it says that the trend was up. I would say he needs to change or rephrase the word was and say is, because was means that it was in the past, you know. And then it tells you that the signal was given for a buy and the stop loss, and that's the where you'd put your price for your stop loss, and then 2-3 take profit levels that you can use to your advantage. Okay, so that's a good note on that effect. Okay, so let's go back to the 4-hour time frame to complete the strategy. Okay, and then let's move to our candlesticks and let's explain this. Okay, so what I want you to notice is that the current trend is down and the current trading signal is for a sell. Okay, so what are we saying here is that the two indicators that we are using are not on the same how can I say, are not in sync. They are not in sync because the problem is that here we have a buy signal and then our trend is saying it is a downtrend. That we know, and obviously we can see that the trend was in a sell. So what do we want to do there is to erase that effect of saying that our opportunities are basically not coming from that. Okay, we are getting opportunities for a buy, but we should be only looking for opportunities for a sell. So that becomes a problem if the two indicators are not speaking on the same terms. So what do I want you to focus on? Like I said to you, the heart of the strategy is the EDM levels. Okay, and let's break this down to you. So the thing that you don't need is price action. The strategy has already found the daily lows and the daily highs. Okay, so that's the previous day's high, the previous day close, your previous day open, and your previous day low. So it's telling you already where was the lows and where was the highs of the previous day. So that's a positive note. So now you know exactly what is going on or what has happened yesterday or the day previously to what you are trying to do today. Okay, then we have a stop loss level, which is so important for risk management when you are trading in any aspect, whether you are looking at forex as price action, or you're looking at forex for scalping, or you're looking for forex as a swing trader. You need to have a stop loss level so that your consistency level of trading will actually go up, which is your risk management. Okay, so that's what the strategy has. It has a proper stop loss level. Now, what I also like about the strategy is that you have a buy level. So it's telling you when to buy. So please do not miss when it tells you where to buy. You can even put a buy stop or a sell stop if you don't want to keep coming back. So that's the nice thing. It gives you the experience of not always looking at your chart. Now you can add your buy stop levels. Okay, then we move on and we get profit targets. So profit targets is like your take profit levels. So all you're going to do is add this, add that, or add that. So I normally would take 20% of or 50% of my profits, and I would use target 2. Okay, just as an example of where I would put my take profit level. I wouldn't put it here because, as we can see there are a lot of rejection points at that level. But to the user's experience, like I said, it's for long-term trading, not for short-term trading. And if you are a long-term trader, you would understand the patience you would need to use the strategy. Okay, so in my final words, I would say there is not a lot for me to speak about because the strategy does everything for you. Okay, so when you enter, make sure that you don't end later than where the entry is. Make sure it's closer, or if you already know where the buy stop and the sell stop is, I would say use it to your advantage. Then once you have entered that, make sure that you add the stop loss level. Then after that, you just need to add your profit targets. Okay, and then you are basically done using the strategy. Okay, that's it from me, Montivino Valentine from Pride FX. Final word, please make sure if you want the strategy, you can basically just get it in our YouTube community. It is in the Telegram description down below. It will be posted today. Okay, have a good day, have a wonderful week, and enjoy.